Hello, everybody. This is Paul Neeson with Torah Life Ministries, and I've been watching several videos lately about something called the red pill, and basically, it's about men that have had their eyes open about certain things in relationships. And there's a saying, or that's similar to these things. One of the saying is men taking the red pill. Another one of them is men going their own way. I think there's a hashtag MGTOW. So it stands for men going their own way. And it makes a lot of sense. I've been divorced now for several years. And before I got divorced, I was completely against the idea of divorce and completely against the idea of anything to do with it. My viewpoints have changed on that from a biblical standpoint, especially over the years because of what I went through. And what they say is some people have the blue pill and some people have the red pill. And when you've taken a red pill, your eyes become open to some things that you've never seen before. I know people out there that have great marriages, not many. As a matter of fact, I don't know. Do I hear of people out there that have great marriages, but the idea of a marriage is not. Not against marriage. I'm not against. I'm not against that. I think it's the highest ideal in Yahweh's order is to be in a successful marriage and create children and bring them up in a successful way according to biblical principles. I think that is the ideal. And as much as my eyes are open to this men going their own way movement kind of idea, I still would strive for and pray that one day I could be in a successful unionship and produce as many children as Yahweh wants to bless me with from that viewpoint. However, the facts are the facts, and life is life, and reality is reality. So the problem is a lot of these people that are making these videos, talking about these facts, talking about these realities, and talking about men and women and the reason why men and women are having relationship issues, they're not biblically based, all of this information. All of the information is based from a concept. I don't want to say a concept of selfishness. I don't want to say from a concept of just trying to sleep with other people and not getting married or anything like that. Because I do know a lot of these people that make these videos have been burnt by the system, have been burnt by family court, have been burnt by society, and burnt by feminist and male chauvinist on both sides of the spectrum. So I do believe these people have good intentions, but because they've been burnt so much, and maybe they never had it, their goal is never to reach the ideal, which in biblical principles would be to have a successful unionship and have a successful relationship and create children. Now, I see the most important figure in all of Scripture, probably the most important man ever in the world, was single and happy and joyful, and that was Yeshua, a wonderful Messiah. There are other great examples of people in Scripture that are single. So marriage and having children, the world's populated enough now, does not have to be everyone's goal or everyone's desire to be successful, complete, or whole in life. As a matter of fact, there's many positives to being single, according to Scripture. There's many great aspects to being single. So I don't want anyone who's single to think that they've achieved less than the highest they can achieve if they stay single or if they decide to stay single, because biblically it's perfectly fine and in some cases ideal to stay single. However, for me and what I've been through and where I've been, I understand that there is an ideal, and I just love children. I adore children, uh, but my desire or my passion would be to be able to have a helpmate who would be on the same understanding of Yahweh in raising those children. That would be just a beautiful thing. And I certainly haven't achieved it, and don't know many people who have. But the few people I do know who have uh, seem to be so blessed by it. I do know people that have many children. I know some people that have with 10 children. And as great as I wish their marriage was, they still have problems. I don't know anyone actually who's married that doesn't have issues or doesn't have problems of some sort. But take it down. I know single people that have problems, but they're different problems. Well, actually, I don't know single people that have problems, to be honest with you, that are happily single. The only people I know that are single that have problems, they don't want to be single and they're single. But the people I know that are single and want to be single, they're pretty happy. And besides the point, biblically, can it be justified to be single? Yes. Biblically, can it be justified to be in a relationship? Yes. Point of this video is a lot of these people that are making these videos about these topics are not believers and they're not doing things from a biblical standpoint. And I was going to make a separate channel for this type of topic from a believer's standpoint, a biblical standpoint point of view of the men going their own way movement, of the idea of singlehood or singleness, of the idea of successful marriage, of the idea of male chauvinist people out there, of the idea of the feminist movement out there, and these topics. But I've decided instead I'm just going to make a playlist on this channel because it's still in line with the biblical concepts. And there are so many brothers and some sisters out there that are going through issues in their relationship, and they just want to know not necessarily what I can share from my own experience, but what Yahweh says and what I've gleaned from the scriptures on these experiences. So for that reason, I'm going to make a playlist on this topic of singleness, dating, relationships, and so on. And I want to make this video here so you can give me some subjects you'd like me to discuss below the video. Put them in your comments in this playlist, or make videos on these different topics. Well, you give me the topics. Well, let's say, can a woman and man successfully be in a relationship, in a marriage, without having any issues? What is the true order of Yahweh? And why is society look against that, or look against that, and so on, and this is the whole idea. So if you like this concept and this idea and you'd be more interested in it, please put those comments below. And I want to tell you this before I finish this is when I was going through my divorce and seeking counsel and everything else. I seek counsel of men that have been married for many, many years. I do believe in the wisdom of others. It goes a long way. So I seek counsel in brothers who have been married for many, many years, by society standards, successful. And I got their input. And I've also seek counsel from men that have really been burnt by the system. And I got their input. And one man who really got burnt by the system, and really was his wife was very out of order, I'll put it that way, told me, people with a great marriage can't really give good advice when you're going through something like this. And I said, what do you mean? They should be the ones that give the best advice. He said, no. He said, they don't understand, not only emotionally, but on all the other levels. If you're in a great marriage, it's hard for you to understand people that aren't going through a great marriage. It's just hard, the whole concept. So, if any of you are watching this thinking, who am I to give advice or suggestions on the topic of successful relationships and marriage and so on, I'm somebody who's been through it and has learned a lot. And I want to save a lot of people from making a lot of mistakes. When it comes to this, I want to be there for those brothers and sisters that are going through the heartache of dealing with differences in relationships from a biblical standpoint, and to really focus more on, not my opinion is, I'll share my experience, but really what the opinion or what the word is of a wonderful creator in these situations, and how it can help us help ourselves, and to be successful, not let the enemy attack our relationships. So I'll be making more of these videos. Put your comments or questions below. And if you're interested in this topic, great. If you're not in a relationship, but you're thinking of getting one, I'm going to make videos on those topics as well. And if you are in a successful marriage or relationship, maybe you have some pointers that you want to share with people. All right. So put those comments and questions below the video. Until then, everybody, shalom, shalom.